what's up? Hey, here's one of my favorite meals. I don't know if I've ever done a video on it, but it's I make a little mac and cheese, and then I don't know if you can see in there, but I take let's get in the light. Fresh vegetables, mainly broccoli and carrots. If I have a lot more vegetables, I'll mix it up, and then I mix them together. Those are just in there because when I boil my water, I always throw little stalks of broccoli in there for flavor. But that's one of my more popular bachelor easy meals to cook. So I don't know if I've shown you. Easy to make, man. You guys should try it. It's really ends up being a good meal, and you got to make sure you put in a couple cloves of garlic, of course. All right, I'm gonna show you guys this letter I got. Had a kind of unusual day at night last night. But in my yard, my lawnmower broke. Gosh, so I got to get it fixed. Well, it is getting fixed. Here's this bike I got. Sweet Schwinn bike. 3-speed. Still even has a little studs on the tire from being so new. I picked it up for like $30. I had to do it. This thing's like brand new. I thought that was pretty cool. It's called a Collegiate 3. Alright, so I got a call on Monday that they were from my mom saying that the police chief of Eagan, where she lives, where I used to live, wanted to the police chief and mayor wanted to honor me. It was National Night Out, I guess, you know. So in their neighborhood, they have their little party or whatever, and so they wanted to do a little ceremony, I guess, and honor me for this. I guess something that happened in '09. So we're gonna kind of cut some of this off, but here's the letter, and kind of reads here that the Eagan Police Department has an awards committee comprised of department personnel who are charged to recommend citizens along with fellow staff members for recognition. Excuse me. The committee met recently, and your name was submitted to an Eagan police officer, or by an Eagan police officer, for consideration of an award. Your nomination stemmed from an incident on June 24th, 2009. While you were taking your garbage cans to the curb at approximately 3:17 a.m., when you noticed a dome light turn on from a vehicle parked down the street, you investigated and noticed two suspects entering the car. You confronted the suspects, called 911, and determined that detained them until the police arrived. Later that day, Eagan officers took numerous reports related to damage to property of thefts from cars. In all, there were 23 victims. Our committee recommended you receive a letter of appreciation outlining the department's gratitude for your involvement in this instance. Because the honor of recognizing your actions falls upon me, please accept my thanks for helping us solve a large number of crimes. Even though this recognition is long overdue, my hope is you feel the delay does not minimize your contributions during the incident. Repeatedly, our organization relies upon citizens to help us fight crime and keep our community safe. Your efforts are a great example for others to follow. Thank you for your involvement, and if I can be assistance to you in the future, please do not hesitate to contact me. Sincerely, James S. McDonald, Chief of Police, Eagan, Minnesota Police Department. Pretty cool letter. Seemed to be pretty well written and not very generic, so that was kind of, nice. Again, this is from '09, and here's what actually happened. The letter's telling, the truth, but I was out and about that night, visiting some friends, got home late. I'm always an evening person. And got home at probably right around that time, I would imagine. 3 in the morning maybe. And I brought down the trash cans because it was trash day the next day. And as I was driving down the street, I noticed numerous dome lights on in cars. Literally, as I was going down the road, you could see, 5, 6 dome lights on. And so I was peeking around, what was going on. And I went in the house and grabbed my Maxpedition bag with my gun in it. And kind of proceeded to really walk around and investigate a little better. And then I saw 3, 4 houses down, somebody run in front of a yard where there was a light, like an old school front light that's, you'd have in your front yard. Pretty uncommon nowadays. But I could see somebody run by, and it's 3-something in the morning. So I put my bag away, kind of realizing that it wasn't a situation where I needed my gun at the time. Kind of came to the realization that it was more of a vehicle break-in. So I wasn't going to involve my firearm. I'd been drinking that night, so it just wasn't worth it. I'm not saying my judgment would have been 100%, but it maybe not. I did have alcohol, so it's just not a situation to bring in a firearm. I can handle myself, and I've been involved in law enforcement and martial arts. So I can handle myself, so I put it away. Walk down, and I see somebody in a car, and I see somebody in another car, and then they both congregated, and the one was in a car, and the other one was outside of it, and I kind of walked up on him and told him to freeze and get on the ground. We're talking 3:30 in the morning or something, so they laid down pretty quick, and the one got out of the car, got him to lay down. He didn't want to, he didn't want to listen to me. He's kind of a smart ass, and come to find out they were just kids. But I didn't know what was going to go on, so I was pretty careful. And I called 911, had him on speakerphone. The lady on 911 was horrible. She was telling me not to frisk them because I didn't want to get stabbed. I didn't know if they had a knife or... I don't care how old they are. It's just I'm going to protect myself. Nikita, back up. Good girl. So I frisked them, and they had a whole bunch of stolen shit on them. And then I could see a pile of it in the yard where they must have been storing it on the side of the house. And anyways, I see my battery's getting pretty low, but long story short, I'm calling the cops. The 911 operator was really of no help. I tried to tell her that, I know what I'm doing, that I've been doing this, I've done this before, handcuffing and stuff. And I yelled for people to wake up. I'm literally yelling, and because I didn't want to get off of them because I had my knee on one and I was holding the other one, so I was holding them both on the ground. So the neighbors woke up, heard me, and they came out. And he kind of stood there. His wife was there and their 2 kids. And finally the cops show up, and there were 5 of them, 5 squads. And when they came around the corner, those kids jumped up and ran. Well, I jumped up, chased after him, hit this fence. He went over the fence in front of me, and then I went over the fence. It was so dark in between houses you couldn't see. So, I hit the fence and just popped the gate. It was a gate, thank God. And I must have bent the bracket and just went right through it. I'm not a small guy. Then we went over another fence. There was a light there. And then, bam, there's this big wooden fence. And I just literally charged it. If I had to take just the fence down, it would have just, the one section would have come down. I kind of know how that works. And so when I popped the fence, the kid went over the fence, and it knocked him over because I hit him off the top of the fence. I'm a pretty big guy, and I'm not getting over a big, huge 7-foot, 8-foot fence. Wood. It's just probably wasn't going to happen, and I was buzzed up. Anyways, the cops got him. They were right there pointing their guns at us, and they grabbed him and walked him over. Come to find out, it was ended up being 30 cars total. They paid everybody off, sent letters to them, everything was taken care of in court. Pretty cool. Anyways, that's my story. It was kind of cool to get recognized. I had interviews and stuff with some news media, and I don't know. Well, I got 15 seconds, so I only get 10 minutes on this. That's about it. I figured I'd share it. You guys take care. Enjoy the day. Peace out.